Oh my god, you're such a hater, bro. You are such a hater.
Lil red, ego big, little legs, skinny kid with plenty.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's ZTAY, aka Lil Red, and we're reacting to ESPN's reaction to James Harden comparing himself to Allen Iverson. First take, you already know. James Harden video, it's another one. It's another James Harden reaction video. Now, supposedly in this video, James Harden compares himself to Allen Iverson, and in recent videos, I've actually sort of said the same thing. I honestly think that James Harden is comparable to Allen Iverson. Both have not been on the best teams. Both have never won a championship. Both are extremely good at offense. Yeah, so honestly, before we even get into the video, if James Harden does compare himself to Allen Iverson, I agree with him. I just want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear what First Take has to say. You already know I might start arguing. Who knows, man? Let's get into another one right now.
Everything that I'm going through right now is what you went through, just a newer version. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Criticism, negative energy, negativity. Why does he do this? Why does he do that? Like nobody understands, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not here to explain myself or try to get people to understand where I come from or what I do or why I do it.
Right.
No, that's serious. That's facts, bro. I think Harden, I was just talking about this with a couple of my friends, right? Harden is probably the most hated player in the NBA, and people don't even know why he's hated. He's hated because he's so good offensively. I don't know why people don't like that. He changes the game. Same with Allen Iverson. They both changed the game. People hate that. I don't know if it's because they don't have it. They can't ever have it. Their player, their team don't got it. I don't know. But I think it's dumb, man. We got to start getting off this bandwagon of hating James Harden. I really don't understand. But he said he's embracing it. Let's see what he has to say, man.
I'm a killer. I work my ass off. And y'all gonna figure it out. Maybe when I'm retired, maybe when I'm done, maybe when I'm going, y'all understand. It'll catch up to y'all.
Really interesting sound there. That was James Harden sitting.
Okay, I already know what's gonna happen right now. Kendrick Perkins is gonna be on James Harden's side. Max Kellerman is about to say some stupid. I'm not even gonna get into it. Max Kellerman is about to piss me off. That's all I gotta say, man. This dude's a idiot, man. Like, he literally is the definition of a Harden hater. So we'll see what he's about to say.
Down, opening up with the Hall of Famer Allen Iverson. Perk back here with us. Max,
he's
I'll
already
start
ready
with
to
you.
say something.
What did
Oh
you
my
think
God.
of Harden's comparison of himself to AI?
Well, I think because he's talking to AI, he's identifying with him, and there are things to identify with AI about if you're James Harden. First of all, Allen Iverson, in case the kids don't know, had multiple seasons as a 6-foot-tall dude. This just doesn't happen. Multiple seasons without shooting the three, at least not shooting it well, even by the standards of those that era, of 30-plus points where he'd lead the league and also lead the league in steals, steal 2.5 steals a game. Again, without hitting the three with much success. He was, if Iverson was 6'6", he would have been the greatest player who ever lived. He was physically, athletically dominant.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think Iverson was that good, that shifty, that quick because of his size. I think if you put his size up, I don't think he's going to be doing all that stuff. That's just my opinion, though. No hate on Allen Iverson, bro.
That's not Harden, really, though. Harden is not... the ironic thing is there is someone on Harden's team who's a very good comparison with Iverson.
Do you see what I'm saying, man? This guy hates James Harden, bro. He's going to say Russell Westbrook right now. But look, we're not talking about play style, bro. We're not talking about play style. That's not what we're comparing right now, my guy. We're comparing about how they get hate for being a strictly offensive player, the best offensive player in the league. How they get hate for that. That's what we're talking about. That's what he's comparing himself to. Now, this guy's going to go talk about play styles because he's ignorant to the fact that he's the problem, man.
And that's Westbrook. They're similar in a lot of ways. Westbrook also didn't shoot the three well enough and is also just athletically different.
My God, that's not what he's talking about, Max.
But there are lots of differences between Harden and Westbrook. First of all, if people criticize Harden for anything other than not being clutch, that's messed up. and he doesn't choose to not be clutch. He just hasn't been so far. He's just
Oh,
at the moment, or at least hasn't succeeded in the playoffs like he does in the regular season.
shut the hell up, my guy. Do you not watch the conference finals last year? Bro, he did not have one bad game. What is, like, I don't understand. Like, this dude, like, has the narrative in his own head that Harden is not a clutch player. Just like a lot of people, because he's had, like, a couple bad games in the playoffs. But I'm telling you, bro, last year in the conference finals, he was showing out. He was scoring at least 30, if not 40 points a game. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. I put it in one of my old videos. It's just, I hate this, man. This guy needs to get this out of his head. I don't know what needs to happen to get it out of his head. But Max, stop talking about the past, my guy. It's one game, okay?
But he's not a selfish player. Harden does whatever his team needs for him to do to be successful. And he always has. He's gotten much better defensively. If his team needs him to score a lot, he does, etc. And also, Harden has a good relationship, or at least plays the way his coach wants him to play. Iverson and Larry Brown used to clash. But Harden and D'Antoni, Harden is D'Antoni's muse out on the floor. So in those fundamental differences, like, I disagree with him, and it's ironic because Westbrook's on his team.
Yeah, okay, so look. You're talking about, like, do you not listen to what James Harden said, though? James Harden was talking about how he's hated and how he's accepting that role. He's accepting how people talk like that. And that's how he's saying, that's how he's compared to Allen Iverson. Now, you're avoiding that point because you're part of the problem that hates James Harden, man. My God. How do you not see that? How do you not see that, bro? Seriously, it's just so annoying. You're ignorant. Max, you're ignorant.
There's a much better comparison there. And Stephen A. brings up the fact that Iverson had the right pieces around him, even though there were no other stars on the team, to at least be able to drag his team to the finals. And Harden hasn't exactly, although I would add, Harden's been on much better teams than AI ever was. And AI was able to drag that team, maybe you could argue the worst team ever or one of them, to the finals and actually be the only team that took a game from the Lakers, that entire playoffs, behind AI's effort. So I would say that while the comparison is apt in certain respects, in other respects it really misses. Iverson was a leader under pressure that Harden has not yet been.
Oh, my God.
And Harden has a different, more well-rounded overall game.
Oh, my God. You're such a hater, bro. You are such a hater, my guy. Let's go, Kendrick. Let's go, Kendrick. Help me out. Help me out.
Well, Max, listen.
I think
here's the thing, right?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, KP. Here's the thing, Max. Two different styles of play, I agree.
Yes.
But both of them are killers. AI was a killer. Yes, we all know that. But James Harden is a killer.
See, look,
Max,
this is
James
what I'm talking
Harden
about. This is what I'm talking about.
He could be in the conversation as arguably one of the greatest scorers of all time.
Yes.
Max, you have to put some respect on this man's name.
Thank you, Kendrick. Max, listen to him, bro. I'm serious. I'm serious. Stop finding every little excuse to try to prove your point that you hate James Harden. We know. We know you do. Okay? Listen to the man. Come on.
We talking about a guy that has 4 50-point triple-doubles, 160-point triple-doubles. It's nothing that James Harden can't do. And I don't say this about a lot of people, but James Harden could go out and get an easy 60. How can you say
Facts.
that? Drop an easy 60 ball
Facts.
on somebody. But on top of that, you can move James Harden. When I'm looking at him at the Oklahoma City Thunder, he was a 6-man under Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, 2 elite players. And he was coming in off the bench, dropping 40 pieces. I was on that team. One 6-man of the year. The day he stepped foot into Houston, Texas, he has took this franchise over by storm, averaging over 25 points a game, averaging about 8 assists, 7 or 8.
I feel like nobody talks about that. People forget about that. James Harden was a 6-man behind stars. He never had the limelight. Then he got traded to the Rockets for his own team. And from day one, season 1, he performed, bro. He was averaging 25 points a game his first season on the Rockets. That's insane. Players can't do that anymore. That's what I mean. Harden is one of a kind. Players cannot do that anymore. If you trade one of these superstars that are on a whole bunch of teams and you put them on their own team, they're not gonna do what James Harden did. Not only did he average 25 points a game, that's like saying we're taking Lou Williams and we're gonna put him on the Hornets, and then Lou Williams is gonna average 25 points a game and take the Hornets to the playoffs. That's exactly what we're saying. Because Lou's the sixth man, he's always been the sixth man. That's what Harden was, and people forget about that.
Assists, 7 to 8 rebounds. And when they moved him to the point when D'Antoni became the coach, he averaged 11 assists. He averaged 28 points, 11 assists, and
he could have got MVP.
Rebounds. So I'm looking
could have got MVP that year.
Leading the league the last 3 years in scoring 30 points.
36.
35, 36 points.
36.
And now he's averaging
34 and a half.
Max, that is a killer. And by the way, he changed the game. The refs called the game differently because of James Harden.
And that is why people hate him. That's why people hate him. James Harden is so good, he changed the game, and people hate on him because of that. Allen Iverson was so good that he changed the game, and people hate on him because of that. That's exactly why people hate on him. That's why he's comparing himself to that. And Mags just don't see that.
KP, both of y'all make great points. Here's the thing, man. Like this of the AI era, I was a part of that and was able to see AI. I think the problem that people have, obviously, when you compare yourself to AI or any other names you throw out there, it's a fight when somebody says he's better than MJ or he's like MJ.
Yeah.
AI is in that category by itself. So I think a lot of people just take offense to the whole idea that anybody would compare themselves to Allen Iverson.
No, I get that.
He held AI in such a high regard, and not only AI, the basketball player, but AI that challenged the status quo in the NBA. So a lot of those things has a lot to do with the fact that some people may sit there and watch James Harden talk about his comparison with AI and it be cringeworthy.
See, I don't think when James Harden says he compares himself to Allen Iverson, it's not skill set wise. That's not what he's saying. I don't think he's saying he's as good as Allen Iverson. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is how the league views him is his comparison to AI. That's why they're similar. Is because the league views them the same. I understand how people could take offense to this because James Harden is comparing himself to AI. You read that headline and you immediately think that James Harden's saying he's as good as AI. He's not even talking about his game, bro. He's just talking about how the league's viewing him.
AI is one of those guys we put on a pedestal because of what he did, and we say, nah, that's untouchable. We ain't ever gonna see another one like that. Not only timing matching up with the fact that AI was a cat that was gonna do him and do the things that he wanted to do, but also produce to a level in which you really couldn't criticize until you found some kind of kink in his armor.
Alright, so honestly, all three of these people on First Take all had their different views on what they thought that James Harden compared himself to Allen Iverson even meant. Max immediately went to talking about how James Harden's not clutch. He says that in every single comparison, even if they're not even talking about that. He always wants to say that. So Max goes to the point where he's trying to hate on Harden, downgrade him a little bit. Max is literally proving to Harden and Allen Iverson why he's comparing himself to Allen Iverson, because people like Max are hating on him for no reason, because he changed the game, because he's so good. They're the haters. And Kendrick is frustrated because Max was talking bad about James Harden. Kendrick was James Harden's teammate. He saw it firsthand. He saw his improvement. He saw his superstar capability. So he defends James Harden. Then I don't even know who the other guy was, but then he's defending Allen Iverson because he feels like it's disrespectful that people aren't talking about Iverson enough. All these guys are missing the point. James Harden is comparing himself to Allen Iverson, like he said in the beginning, like you guys didn't even listen to what James Harden was saying, is that he's accepted and embraced how the fans view him and how people view him. They don't like him because he's so good that he changed the game. That's what happened with Allen Iverson too. There's a lot of controversy with both players on how people view him, and Max is literally the definition of one of those people. That's all I gotta say, man. If you guys agree, if you guys want to come up with your own first take on this, let me comment down below, man. This is what this channel is for. It's about talking about sports. I really want to address this James Harden issue in today. Like, I understand people hype him up and people get mad because of that, but you can't hate a player for being so good he changes the game. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video. It helps the channel out tremendously. It helps YouTube recommend my channel to more people so we can grow as a community. Also, if you are watching and you are not subscribed and you like these style of videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you are notified every time I make a post. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a blessed day. This is ZTAY.